Good morning, folks, and welcome to the Gallant Views morning news for Friday, the 21st of June 2024. My name's Colin, and I'll be giving you a bit of a solo update for this to round off the week. And I think it's fair enough. I think the boys have done a stellar job this week. There's been a lot happening on the podcast and with Rangers, so I will just recap everything that's happened in the last 24 hours. And by Christ, it has been a busy end to the week. Well, where to even begin? Let's start on the positives. Rangers yesterday finally announced, I should say, the signing of a Scotland under-21 international, Connor Barron. Barron signed from Aberdeen after his contract expired on a 4-year deal. So Connor Barron was speaking to RTV yesterday, and he started off about speaking about the manager, and he spoke a lot about the way that he wants his team to play and the demands of Rangers, and it just felt right. It's a club where the demand is high to win football matches and trophies, and it's something I really want to be part of. Having the opportunity to go and play on the European stage at a club as big as Rangers is something I feel I will thrive off, and something that I really look forward to doing this season. He went on to speak about his development so far. He has played over 50 games for Aberdeen since making his debut 2 years ago, so that's a fair amount of appearances. He said, Aberdeen have been great for me. They brought me in through the youth academy, and I've met a lot of good people along the way. I'm on to the next chapter in my career now. I thank everyone there and move on now to hopefully successful things at Rangers. It's a good group of boys here, a big fan base, a massive club, as I said. I think it will really suit me, and I can't wait to get going and showing everybody what I can do. I've played in Scotland, obviously. I know the league. I know what it's about. I think I can help with that. I am a leader on the pitch. I like to get on the ball and dictate games, and I also like to do the dirty side of it as well. So he was speaking about contacting players that he knows. Obviously, he knows Adam Devine and the likes of Leon Kine very well from the Scotland under-21 setup, and he said, I spoke to some of the boys. It was nice to hear things from their side of it, and some ex-players who have played at the club as well. Everyone had good things to say, so it was nice to kind of get a bit from some of them as well before I joined. It always makes it a little bit easier moving to a club, but the person I am, I like to get in with new people and meet everybody early and build some friendships off the pitch. I can't wait to come in and meet the boys and get in and about the changing room. So sounds like a very determined, eager young guy that it's definitely something that we need in the squad. That type of character. So if he can back up his talk with the work, then I'll be happy. Hopefully we see that impact in pre-season next week. He's made quite a sharp rise to success so far with Aberdeen. I didn't realise it was only 2 years ago that he made his debut. You feel as if he's been in and around Aberdeen set up for maybe 3-4 years, but that's 21-year-old. I always think that's the best case scenario. 20 players are around 21-year-old, and they've got between 50 and 100 top flight experiences, not just in Scotland but elsewhere. That's ideal because it's not just the potential you're buying; it's the potential plus the track record that they can already compete at the top flight at first team level. So, no, good to see Connor Barron finally announced, and good to see the club finally do it. Although yesterday, I think we will come on to it, but I do think there's reasons why it was timed. Late last night, after Connor Barron was announced, the Rangers have looked to some of the bigger, more trusted outlets like the Rangers Review, Forward, The Dream, etc. Hamza Igamane will be the next signing announced, and that's expected to be done in the next few days. So £1.5 million for the Moroccan under-23 international. Again, another 21-year-old who does have quite a bit of first-team experience. I think 30, 40 odd games in the Moroccan top flight. So he will be the next one in. So it's good to see how that's shaping up for pre-season. Obviously, Leon Balogun he's not really new, but he was confirmed as coming back. So for pre-season, we're going to have Oscar Cortez, Quinton DeSila, Hefty, Connor Barron, and Hamza Igamane as well. So that's it's a decent haul, I must say. A lot of, William Balogun aside, a lot of young boys here, and we're not quite getting in the marquee signings yet. I'm not going to panic because obviously it's the 21st of June, pre-season hasn't even started yet, and we know the bigger deals will be slowed down with the Euros. Not that we're going for anybody in the Euros. I hope we are. There's a few Turkish boys, by the way, that I'd like to see sniffing about, but no. If somebody's playing well at the European Championships, Rangers will automatically be priced out of them. But there is a knock-on effect that the bigger clubs will wait until after the Euros to do their big deals, and then the clubs that tier below that will then feed off of that, and so on and so forth until it gets to Rangers. When I say bigger clubs, I say clubs with more money, just so we're clear. So I do expect the marquee signings to not be happening anytime soon. We already know Liam Kelly will be joining after the Euros as well, so we do have more squad players coming in after the Euros, but I'm not going to panic just yet. I think we've made a good start. There's a lot of nice fresh blood. We just need to start getting players out the way now, out the door. Obviously, spoke about James Tavernier heavily in the last couple of days, but there should be more following him, I hope. Rounding off in the men's team then, they did confirm yesterday. The Rangers admin was very busy yesterday. They did announced yesterday that they will face Ajax in a friendly on the 13th of July. It's 3 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. on the continent. So the match will take place at the home of WHC Wezep, and it's a small capacity. I think it's only about 1,000 capacity. So the Rangers announced that only a few hundred tickets are expected to be made available to Rangers supporters. Therefore, supporters are strongly advised not to make any travel plans for this match until ticketing arrangements have been confirmed, as options to watch a game in Wezep without a ticket will be extremely limited. Yeah, I've spoken to David T on the after the live stream last night. Also, he's lived in Holland most of his days. It is a town that arse end of nowhere, so there's not going to be a lot of boozers that you can go and park up and watch the game. Rangers did confirm, however, that the game will be live in RTV and broadcast in Edmiston House. So 13th of July, that'll be the first friendly, obviously followed by Manchester United at Murrayfield, Birmingham City away, and Union Berlin away. The next bit of news I will come to before we move matters off the field. Bit of sad news for me, definitely. Rangers confirmed yesterday that Rachel McLaughlin will be leaving the women's side of the club. 26-year-old joined Rangers at Glasgow City in January 2021 and has been a huge player for Rangers, an absolutely huge player. So Rangers statement read, in that time McLaughlin helped the side lift their first ever league title in their first full campaign, and added to our trophy collection with 2 Sky Sports Cup successes and a Scottish Cup to her name. So since joining for Rangers, she's been capped for Scotland over 20 times, and reflecting on her time herself, McLaughlin said, the past 3 years at Rangers brought me so many moments that I will cherish for the rest of my career. From breaking new ground with the women's side by winning the league for the first time to strolling in the Scottish Cup final just last month has been a memorable period in my life. I would like to thank all my teammates who have shared a dressing room with over the years, as well as the coaches that I have worked under, and everyone I've crossed paths with at the training ground and beyond. But most importantly, I would like to express my gratitude towards the supporters who have shown an unwavering support for me in the last 3 years. I wish the club every success for the future. And Rangers echoed that, saying everyone at Rangers thanks Rachel for her contribution and wishes her the very best of luck in her future endeavours. So I did say at the end of last season it's going to be difficult to keep all the big talents in Rangers and some of the emerging youth prospects as well, because if we think there's a disparity between the English Premier League and the SPFL and the men's game, that disparity is tenfold for the women's side of the game. So Rachel Rowe obviously joined Southampton. Rachel McLaughlin will be going down south as well. And it's in the women's game, you don't often get an awful lot of life-changing deals. They come up every couple of years for Rangers players. I would see what the Rangers men's team are on as life-changing personally. What the Rangers women's team won't be life-changing, but going down south, it really sets up your future. So I really can't blame them. I will be sad to see Rachel go. She was a big miss when she was out injured last season, and you've just seen the impact either side of that. Played in the right of a back three, and it was bizarre. She was one of our playmakers. She was. I know it's an unstaunch comparison, but the way Kieran Tierney plays for Scotland in that kind of attacking centre back in the left side, at his best when he does that. That's what Rachel McLaughlin was kind of. That was her role in the team, and she was a real driving force to a lot of her attacking play throughout the year. So all the best, Rachel, and let's just hope that Rangers can get a suitable replacement lined up quite soon. Incidentally, Ailey Austin was speaking about her progress through the academy, and we've seen her fill in that right-sided centre back last year. So that may be somebody who's ready to fill Rachel's boots, but big boots to fill. So let's move matters off the park then. Where to begin? Yesterday in the news, myself and Scott spoke about this. We said it wasn't confirmed yet. We were trying to find some concrete detail on it, but we felt the rumour was strong enough to be speaking about on the news. And just a few hours later, Rangers confirmed that there's a delay in a material shipment from Asia, which is likely to have an impact in the programme on the completion of the Copland stand works. Therefore, there will be an impact on matches at Ibrox at the beginning of next season. So they said the club is engaged with the SPFL and UEFA to review planned contingency arrangements. Naturally, everybody at Rangers is deeply disappointed with this news, and the club's working intensively to ensure that all steps are taken to deliver the project at the earliest possible date, and a further progress update will be issued to supporters in due course. So that was the official party line for Rangers. It's since transpired that a senior employee or manager at Rangers have lost their job over this, and I believe, what I'm told, it's not just a delay in materials being shipped from Asia. There is deeper problems afoot. So those problems are that it's the planning of the actual project, where to add in the extra seating and the disabled access facilities, they haven't quite measured out the foundations properly, and they do need to redo some of the foundations. Some issues from the previous works done when the Copland Road stand was put in. It wouldn't take the weight of the additions. So this has been just poor planning from start to finish by the looks of it. That's why someone has lost their job. Rangers wouldn't sack someone because a supplier has an unexpected delay. Like that would be extremely harsh. That's out with the club's control. But there is stuff in the club's control where they've got wrong, and there was some mixed opinions on the on the live stream last night from the comments, it's not the club's fault, it's not John Bennett's fault. John Bennett's only one man. Absolutely, John Bennett's not the architect here. He's not picking up a hammer. But he's accountable for the oversight and overseeing the running of our club. And this is just another example of us being run like an absolute circus. And it's frustrating. It really annoyed me. I got on my high horse last night. I went on a bit of a tirade. So apologies if I was old man shouting at the crowds last night, listeners, on the live stream. But no, I stand by it. If Rangers plan something out, then more often than not, they do have a delay. They do get it wrong. Look at Edmiston House. Look at the new sports bar that was meant to arrive this year and replace the old mega store. Why can we not just either A, put realistic timescales on it and be honest and upfront with the fans, or B, if you put the timescales on it, just stick to them and deliver. Yeah, it's frustrating. So where does this leave us? Rangers are looking for alternative venues to start the season, because while Rangers playing every league game away from home until Ibrox is fixed, and then catching up in home fixtures, that would be an option, but it's not something they're keen to do because the backlash that they'll get from Celtic and the rest of the support. That's the SPFL will get the backlash as well. So they're not quite keen to do that. So they're looking for alternative arrangements as well. And they need some sort of alternative stadium, because we have the Champions League qualifiers. Hopefully 2 games that we have to play if we progress through to the playoffs. So, I don't know about you listeners, but I'm not up for playing both those ties away from home. Absolutely not. So, mixed reports coming about Hampden. My understanding that Hampden is relayed for the concerts and won't be returfed in time. But the Daily Mail saying that they'd be able to do it in time. That came late last night after every other outlet was confirming that Hampden's off the cards. Before this happened, my understanding Murrayfield was being touted and was being sounded out. So I think that's still the most likely. We'll play our games at Murrayfield and we'll just need to have a jolly through there. And I do expect Rangers to make this up to the fans somehow. No, I do hope they make it up to the fans somehow. I don't expect they will. No doubt they'll add an extra tenner on for running a bigger stadium, but that may just be the cynic in me. That will do me for today, folks. Really just a recap of everything that's happened the last couple of days. Quite a busy update, but what's happening on the pod. So last night you would have had the live stream. So if you've not watched that or listened back to that, that's available wherever you get your podcasts. And tomorrow for the members on the £1 tier only on YouTube and Patreon, you will get the 2 Davies back. So they'll be back talking. Jesus, man, if you think I went on my high horse last night, wait to hear Davy Pollock. They've not recorded yet, but you just know he's got a Braveheart style speech written out. And then, of course, we'll be back at 8:30 on Sunday, myself and Mason talking about all the transfers in more detail. So until then, folks, have a cracking weekend and plenty of content coming your way on the Yarn Few. So please do enjoy it, and I'll speak to you all again on Sunday. Take care.